back to part 2. We are continuing right where we left off last time with this campaign, hopefully going to keep going well. We've managed to take over the Etruscan League up in the northern part of Italy, which is great. We do, however, still need to take them over here, and it looks like Carthage is not our best friend at the moment, so we're going to have to figure out what's going on over there. I've also noticed that this happened last term. It looks like Athens is bringing a ship over here. It's just an admiral, so I'm not too worried about this. I think they're, I don't know, sometimes factions do just strange things. If it was an army, I'd be a little more concerned, but it's not, so I don't really care. Oh, what is this, though? What are you doing, man? Okay. It's not formidable, but I thought I was friends with these guys. Let's see.
You are welcome.
Can we
Although
add
my
trade
ancestors and people.
No.
I do not think our people want your
non-aggression
trinkets.
pact.
They.
Yeah, sick.
I-
Okay. Well, great. Now I have to worry about that. So let's see. How is my fleet doing? We're still good on the fleet. Looks like we got about $5,000 for this turn, and we got some stuff we definitely want to be upgrading here. Arminium up here, we definitely need to make some upgrades. Let me check out the south as well. Brundisium, we still haven't upgraded yet. Let's see what each of these does. This looks to give me more money, so I'm probably going to go with that one. Which one was this? The one without the swords. Alright, so let's stick with that. And, yeah, I know that greatly decreases the amount of money we have for this turn, but it's kind of one of those things where don't really have an option here. And we definitely want to take over this island before these guys can start building up any more of a army or either a fleet. I don't think my army is really going to get there in time, so I'm going to try and see what I can do here. Yeah, let's see. I would like to recruit some more guys with this, but we might just have to get mercenaries. Which is okay. It's not ideal, but... Oh, no, we can still recruit. So, alright. I'm gonna grab another Hastati. What else do we have here? We do have a lot of levies. And auxiliary infantry. So, let's grab... Honestly, let's grab another Hastati. We need to... I always forget that I can't just spend all the money all the time, because now I'm going to have no money to build anything else. Damn, this kind of sucks. And let's do a grain pit over here, just because I think this is going to be kind of one of those closer areas to where we're going to have to do some battles with here, as well as to the east over there. So I think that would be a good idea. It'll help us recover our armies a little bit faster. Now, this guy wanted to bring more southward before, but now looking back at this, if Carthage isn't a big threat, I don't know what these guys are doing. I definitely want to bring one army towards the back here, so let's bring this guy down. We'll bring him down here to Neapolis, because why not? And then we'll bring this guy over to Velletiri, whatever this is. Yeah, we'll bring this guy over here, just in case this guy decides he wants to attack for no reason. We do have some troops there. I think that's going to be pretty good, and the spy, we're going to keep moving this guy to try to get him on this island. Yeah, there we go, because I really need to see what Carthage is up to down there. So, I think this is a good setup so far. Let me see if there's any other things going on here with our forces. Oh, we do have this guy training up our army, which is going to be huge. That's going to be great for our units. Let's check if there's any risk of civil war or anything like that. Oh, okay, we're still protected. So, we're chilling there. And then, technology's coming up soon. So, let's see, and... Oh yes, and the ever-important tax level. So people aren't happy with it, but it's gonna have to happen. I need the money at this point, so there's no real choice there. Just trying to think if there was anything that I forgot about since last time, but I don't think there is. I think we're all set, so we're going to move on to the next turn here. So we got the research complete here. I think that's going to be helpful. What is this guy? Oh, I think that might be our guy that's training up our people. Population surplus. Okay. That's good, that's good. So let's see what upgrades we can do here. This one is huge for, oh man, there's so much stuff that I want to buy. Everything. So let's see, I think making the gymnasium and Temple of Jupiter a priority up there is going to be important. However, we still got stuff down here we got to do. Oh man. Okay, let's see what's going on over here. These guys have started recruiting. Oh. How did he get 7? That must be mercenaries. Okay. Oh man. This is going to be tough. Because I really want to take that island, but I don't think I'm going to be able to at the moment. So, let's do some raiding. They have no shot of hurting this fleet at all. So let's do some raiding. And we're going to have to think about what we're doing there. Who are these guys now? Ugh. Okay. I'm not very happy with what's going on here in the north. Bring this guy back down to that. How did he couldn't regular march over here. He had to force march from here to here. But he doesn't have to force march to get back? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Alright. I really think we need to get some civil technologies going. Just out of like literally just having civil technologies. But oh man, there's so much stuff to research. I think I'm just gonna have to go for it. And shield maker, oh man, those are important too. But yeah, we need to get some of these going just to get things moving on the home front. I think we're going to need to hold off on a couple invasions at the moment and try to really beef up our industry. I think that's what's going to be really important here. Yeah, that gives us some more money and better ships. Let's see, maybe we can upgrade this. So, farming, civil, market, 200 wealth, 9 wealth from all commerce. Okay, that's what we're going to have to do. So we're going to do the market one here. So I think we're going to make this upgrade there. We got about 2,000 coins left, which honestly is really nothing. So we'll do the same thing here. We'll get a market settlement going, and hopefully that can kind of help us out. We'll see. These guys are doing their thing, and then I don't know what to do here with my other armies. I don't want to leave Carthage alone, but I don't think I have a choice at the moment. So this is the veteran. No, this is the general that I'm upgrading. Oh wait, no, it's the veteran. Yep. So we want to make sure this guy gets lots of experience. So we're going to go here. That'll be very, very important. So, oh man. Maybe I need to raise a small... Oh, shoot. Okay. I love misclicking. That's fantastic. I don't see anybody up here anymore, so I'm gonna go just put this guy here. Oh man, that's so annoying. Ready for battle. Because now I can't even recruit units for that guy either. I'm noticing we are going to need food soon, so I need to keep an eye on that. So, oof, Lillibomb. Oh, okay. Syracuse and Carthage must be at war because they just took this over. So that's big information, and that's really good for us because it leaves less of an area for Carthage to attack us. So we actually really don't need to worry about the south here as much. Except for whatever the heck Epirus is doing. Let's hope they're not coming for me. Yeah, that would be pretty bad. So let's... Okay. Diplomacy. Epirus, come on, let's get something going.
Greetings in the name of Hermes. Speak, but do not deceive with tricky...
Alright. I gave them a little money. I'm hoping that makes them a little less inclined to attack us at the moment. These guys look like they wanna trade. Oh, we are trading, that's why. Okay. So, I wanted to do one more thing in there. Syracuse and us are trading, right?
Be welcome.
Trading.
If I can give you a fair answer.
Oh, Epirus likes us a lot more now.
We are not known as patient people.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
You're
fine. So, I'll say, let's bring this guy back here to Neapolis. We'll bring him to the south if needed. This guy will keep raiding. And I'm honestly going to try to cancel our war with the Etruscan.
I'm sure you have many pleasantries for me, but...
Alright, never mind. So, I think we're going to continue doing what we're doing and trying to figure out how to get our economy going, and then we'll try to push into some of these other cities once we do so. Let's see what is going on now. So, I don't think we really... Okay, so this is good that we're not seeing any more armies up here in the north. This is good to allow us to take some more turns to build up our economy again. I'm thinking, yeah, these guys are going to keep expanding and expanding, so we are going to have to be a little more weary of them attacking within a few turns. I'm going to build up some of these armies a little bit more. However, I think didn't I build something for that purpose? Yeah, public order's not too good down here, so we are going to build something to fix that. Yes. So I do have the recruitment of Principes and Equites, which is going to be huge. So let's bring our army down here. Put in like just barely in the area there. So now we could recruit some really good troops, and I think Principes are great. Oh, Triarii are very good as well. I'm going to use the Principes because they have the throwables. Oh man, we're going to do two for now, just because I need to split some of the funds that I have, and I really would like to. Oh man, I can't even make upgrades over here. That's sad. Alright, so never mind. We'll make one for now, and there's some upgrades that I definitely wanted to make up here. I definitely want to get this gym going, and in Rome, it probably would be wise to do this. Let's Hastati, auxiliary infantry, and war dogs. That's not really important. Does this give me more money? Takes away food. Okay, we are going to have to do the gymnasium. We're going to do that upgrade this turn. We unfortunately don't have a lot of money left over. It's okay. I'm going to grab some more velites for that army, just because having the throwables is going to be huge. I always think that's really important, and a lot of the times, like historically, they have these really, really big armies, but they don't have a lot of throwables, and I think that's what we saw kind of evolution-wise towards the mid-century, is there was a shift a lot more from having just a ton of troops to having more indirect fire. So you saw a lot of armies that ended up being smaller, but they were more composed of archers or other infantry units that had throwables like javelins and etc. So let's move our spy down here. So I'm going to be taking that kind of approach here. Hopefully it will work out well for us. Alright. I am okay with Syracuse taking control of this. That's fine. That leaves me in a little better of a position. So now I don't have an enemy to the south. I can really focus on what's going on right here. So let's see where we want to turn next. And it's just a debate, because I think I would like to take these islands. However, it would mean I'd have to take out this army and this fleet, and these guys are still recruiting more and more. So we'll keep doing stuff there. I'll grab another unit here so that when they do try to land somewhere, I can go and respond in time to that. And I don't think there's much else I can do here, unfortunately. Let's see, Syracuse, yeah, we already got everything going. Sparta, you and Athens hate each other, of course.
I am here to listen if you speak honestly. Truth will be your sharpest weapon.
I guess we can't trade for some reason. Alright, Epirus still does not like me. Let's see if these guys will trade.
Greetings to you. I trust you come with honorable work.
These guys not have a port? I'm assuming they just... Oh, they don't have a port, so we need to trade with these guys, if anybody. Not sure if these guys are gonna like us either.
And speak. We surely have much to discuss,
Offer
and
them
perhaps
a payment.
much to agree.
I have 5. Okay, yeah, that wasn't gonna
No
work.
temple can stand upon just
Let's see,
pupils.
Basilia.
We cannot agree.
You like these guys. You guys want to trade?
No.
Well
You
met,
guys want to
friend.
trade?
Sit. And
No. Okay. It's worth a shot.
you.
So we are not going to be getting rid of these guys anytime soon. So I think that's going to be our next front. I do have my armies positioned in a spot to where we can respond to them. And again, I'm not worried about their fleet, just simply because mine is just so much better classed. I'm going to continue. If I take them out of this, this will tell me how much I'm getting from raiding. Okay, so it's about 100. Actually about 160 coins a turn. So I think that's definitely going to be worth it. So I'm going to keep them there and keep on going with that. So we're going to go to the next turn. There's not too much I can do right now, so we'll see what happens relatively soon here. Do attack us here. That's okay. We're just going to retreat out of this. Yeah, and I'll get very much far enough away from their army. Pirates are a problem. Do we want to hunt them down or do we want to recruit them? Minus 25% penalties. Yeah. Ignored. Oh, we're obviously not going to ignore it. Let's see, land management. Okay, so we do have a lot of stuff. Quartermasters, yeah, faction. Oh, Swabi's destroyed. Wow. Okay, so we got some stuff built, which is great. However, we definitely... Oh, looks like we have a technology going. Let's do that. So there is one of these... Yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. So, researching this enables the building of the library. The library allows us to research technologies that much faster. I think it is a good idea to do that. Mainly just to get the library, and then to this third phase, I think trying to get all the way over here to get the max library is not going to really do us much good there. And then we're going to want to go down here to get the tax harvesting. So we're going to start with that, and hopefully we'll still be okay for a little while. Let's upgrade this guy. So again, really getting in the experience for our troops. So let's see. We got some money, not really enough to like recruit a ton of guys here, unfortunately. Let's see what we can do. We really do need to take over this area. I'm surprised this guy has like money here. Yeah, 121. So he's got to be spending a lot on these fleets and these armies. That would be my assumption. So there's a lot of money going into that, and right now what we're trying to do is build our economy a little bit higher. So this is going to help us, again, getting more money. So we're going to keep rolling with this. However, I do notice we need to make sure, so I'm going to convert this actually to a farm so that we get plenty of food. That's what I'm seeing as our next problem. So now that we've converted that, we unfortunately don't have enough money to upgrade this. which is definitely something we're going to need to do soon. So at Arminium, I am... Where is this? Ooh, okay. Here, I think I'm also going to take advantage of getting some more food here. I know it's not, like, so much of a problem at the moment, but I'm having a few more things that are going to build soon, and they're definitely going to take up some food. So I think doing that will be good. Plus, I have this military port over here, which I think is kind of getting us the recruitment of ships that we need. So I think that's what I'm going to prioritize for this turn. Again, this is kind of slow, trying to build up the economy here a little bit more to support some more rapid expansion. So let's see here. Should I recruit another unit? Why not? So I'll recruit one more of these guys. These are some pretty good infantry, so they are expensive. And then I'm also going to recruit another unit here. These firebots. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good weapon on the sea there. So we're going to stick with that, and we're going to get another one of those guys. So again, the money goes quick these turns. So we're going to keep going with what we're doing. I did see, however, that Carthage retook this island. I would like to say there's a chance for us now to come in and take this island from Carthage, but I don't think that's really going to happen. And then we'd have to worry about defending that from both sides here. So that require a lot of resources at the moment that I really can't spare. So we're not going to do that this turn. Let me see if I can do anything with these guys again. So again, they're not super friendly with me, which is kind of annoying. Can I trade with Sparta?
Enter, friend, and speak.
No. Can I trade with Athens?
Greetings, my friend.
I can.
You have my...
I don't want to, though.
My people are wealthy.
So let's see if I can toss some money at one of these factions just to get some trade going.
Enter, friend, and speak. We surely have
Trade
much to
agreement
discuss,
and
and perhaps
payment.
much to agree.
Offer. Oh, never mind. Okay, so it looks like I will not be doing that this turn, and I will be, again, kind of just waiting this out as I build up my economy here a little bit. So we'll keep moving to the next turn here. Theoretically, I could... No, this guy's way too big. I was going to say I could technically try to march down there and take that area, but this army is way too big for me to compete with, so we're not even going to bother to try. There's got like nothing over here, though. I will say that. However, he's got a port and a, I forget exactly what those are called, the big buildings that are very formidable. I will say that. It looks like we're not doing too hot. Wise with public order, so we will get this to hopefully make things a little bit better. Let me see what my other options are here. I don't really think these are gonna help me that much. Morale, not really needed. Yeah, no. Yeah, so we're gonna get those taxes going. That's what's gonna be really important here. We did get our recruitment in, which is great. And let's see. Oh, I did notice though, our income next turn is reduced just because, again, we're building up larger armies. So that is kind of naturally going to happen. Let's see what's going on here. Man, this guy's really kidding himself out. I don't understand how he's supporting that with the economy that he has. Unless he's trading with somebody that I am not. I don't fully understand that. So, okay. Yeah, and I do not have a ton of money this turn, which is a little surprising, I gotta say.
What do you wish?
And let me see, how far can this guy get? It's gonna take a couple turns for me to actually be able to see anything up here.
Hello, boys.
See if I can recruit a second spy. Cannot. Okay. Alright. So, this is another tough turn. There's not really much I can upgrade here at all. In Rome I think I will do this just so that I can get better recruitment up here in the north part as well. That'll be good for both these armies in case I need to make recruitments of some better troops up in the north. And let me actually, what can I recruit for this guy? Just more Hastati and Veltays and whatnot. So I'll get 2 Veltays there, because again, I think those throwables are going to be kind of huge here. And I think I'm going to have to hold off again. I know this is kind of slow, but I'm really trying to make sure we're actually able to take on some of these guys before we start doing so. Yeah, sick. And everything here is fine. Yeah? Let's see. Yeah, sure. You go for that, man. Okay. So, we will wait this next one out, and again, as I mentioned before, the food is getting a little low, so I'm hoping that the building of that fishery, as well as these fields, is going to help us out there. So, we'll go on to the next turn. Unfortunately, not doing too much on this one, but we will soon be doing stuff. New faction encountered. Macedon. Interesting. They're somewhere over here. The Greeks. Let's see. I would like to get my spy back up here, so I can actually see what some of these ports and whatnot are worth. I don't understand how this guy has so much
I seek
money here.
diversion.
I really don't get it. How can he afford such large armies? Huh. His income per turn must be like nothing. So essentially what I was thinking in my head for this strategy is I'm waiting for that guy to come over here and essentially try to attack. So that once he attacks me, I'll defeat whatever army or fleet that he uses, and then I can go right back and take over, because trying to attack this settlement with a 20-stack army, another one being built, and a fleet is going to be incredibly difficult. So, trying to fight that kind of on my own ground there, so that's kind of what I'm waiting for in that area. On this side, again, we are still getting a little bit more funds. It's not really doing a ton to help us in this circumstance. However, my army is gaining a lot of experience, which is great. Very much needed. I might try to kit out this fleet one more time. Oh man. And then here, also getting this will be big. Get those taxes going and really get some money from that. Yeah, I wish my spy was up here in the north, because I'm debating on just attacking up here, taking this settlement. I think it will allow me to have a little bit more potential income. Let's see. Yeah, so it's minus food. However, it could give me some grounds for earning more money, which is, again, that's big here. So let's see, is there anything that I can do down here? Not really. I could get rid of this grain pit. However, I really do want to keep that. So that once my armies do start fighting, they can replenish a bit faster. I, again, do not have much money here. So let's trade a little bit, potentially.
Enter, friend, and speak. We surely have much to discuss, and perhaps much to agree.
Man, these guys really don't want to trade with me. What's going on in Syracuse? They did take over that. Nothing's really changed. Huh. Yeah, this guy's building up an army. I don't know how these guys are doing this. What money do they have? Unless that's the only thing they're doing. That could be it. Yeah, that tax harvesting edict is going crazy. So, we can look at the ledger here. So, this main part of Rome is really giving us the most food and the most money, which is great. This bottom one, not so much. So this one we don't really, which I get it, with the buildings that we do have, that it's not going to give us as much money. So let's look at what some of these are, because let me filter this. Macedonia, West Africa, Illyria, Carthaginians. Okay. And then Massilia's actually got quite a bit of funds over there. So let's see, what province is this? Genoa. And let me go to the tab map so we can look at what this is actually called. Cisalpina. Alright, so let me see. Do they have money up there? Actually, not even seeing that. Oh, I can click on them. Interesting, interesting. Oh, here's Cisalpina. Not that much money, actually. Africa's got more, but that I'm not going to be able to take over. Hellas. Oh, the Greeks have a good amount. And Macedon has a good amount. So there's a good amount over here. However, that would be a very large campaign that I don't know if I'm actually going to be capable of doing. Here's the other debate. I could try to come in here and take over this coastline. That does leave a lot to defend. So I'm not so sure if that's a good idea. I'm going to try to bring my army up here towards the edge. Can't see anything, which is the problem. Yeah, I really want to be able to see what's going on there. And I don't want to start attacking up here and then this guy comes right down. So, let's see. Yeah, do I have enough money for it? Can I recruit anything good? Some equites probably wouldn't be a bad idea. More well-rounded army there. So I'll get one of those. But again, really trying to prioritize maximizing my income. I'm more or less doing that in case some sort of attack just comes out of nowhere here. So next turn we're gonna try to do a little something more with some of the buildings here. So research complete. That's good. Recruit the following. Recruit a dignitary. What does this do? 5% chance of success. Yeah, I don't really care about the dignitary as much. So this is actually exactly what I was looking for. This fleet and this army are now moved out of there, which is huge. So what I would like to do is come in here and attack this settlement. I'm not sure exactly where this guy plans on going. He might try to come up here and land here for Rome. That's what I would assume. I'm going to move this army up here so that he is in a good position. And I'm actually going to recall this army from the north and bring him down here. One of the things I'm thinking about doing is trying to sneak in here and with my fleet and kind of get them out of there essentially. So I'm going to bring my fleet out a little bit. He is still within range of that. I'm not too worried about them attacking with a fleet here against mine. I want to make sure that I am within range of getting to this settlement next turn, so that I could sneak in here, take this from them, and isolate their armies out here on the water. That's what I'm really looking for. Let's see, this guy can go how far? He can get to there. So he can put himself on the land. Obviously the fleets can't do that. So if he puts himself on the land, I might have to try to sneak in here with my fleet and go for him. Or if he retreats back, can I recruit some more guys here? I might have to try to pull off a sneaky attack of, they got 6 and 1. So I might have to try to pull off some sneaky attack in here. So let me grab some more Hastati and another thing of levies here. I think this would be huge for if I can sneak in there next turn. I need the more troops to really get in and be able to take that over. and then it would allow me to isolate these guys on the water. So that's going to be huge. And now I do have more food coming in, which is great. So I don't need to make that upgrade just yet. Let's see what I can do down here. Man, people down here are not happy ever. Why aren't you guys happy? Taxes, yeah, tell me about it. Cultural differences. Well, hopefully this building will help with that. I'm realizing it's not cultural conversion, so it probably won't, but it'll help a little bit. Let's look at what we can do technology-wise. I do want to keep rolling with this. We will +2 cultural conversion, wealth from culture. I think that's a good idea for this, and then we'll try to roll down here. Okay, yeah, then we're gonna roll down here and really get the taxes going as best as we can. Oh wait, did I just click the other one? I did. So we'll get that going so that when we can build actually we're not going to be able to build a library anytime soon. So we'll get this to really get that tax rate up. And then let's see, what do we want to spend the money on this turn? In case this guy decides, oh, I'm going to pivot up here, and he can't land on here anymore. So I'm actually not too worried about this guy needing more troops. I could, he's low on infantry, so I will grab a thing of Hastati just in case. I don't think that's really going to be necessary, and this guy here should be pretty kitted. I'm assuming he's not really going to have to go anywhere but sit in Rome. The only thing that I think that might mess with me a little bit is if he decides to beach himself here. I'm not just going to go out there and attack him. I'll probably just move this guy here, and then move this guy here, just in case. So I think we're okay for now. Troops recruited, construction, excellent. Alright, people are happy here. They're not happy down here. That's okay. We're just gonna make them be happy. That's how it works. Alright. And, yep, that's it going. Let me see if there's anything I can do there. And we should be good, yeah. Now my income went down. I don't like this place. Those guys really need some help. I really should go to the cultural conversion one. However, with what I have at the moment, I need the money more than I need to make those people happy. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, next turn should be pretty. Oh wait, bring the spy up. Make sure we can see as much as possible. Does that give us any more of an insight to this? Okay, so that's how they have that. They have food there. That building, they just don't have the money. So if we can get rid of this army in an easy fashion, they won't be able to rebuild it. There's no way. So let's get this next turn rolling, and we should be able to take these guys out relatively soon. So what just happened is they did really just use their fleet as an escort. They didn't really use it in any military sense here. So what could happen, they just took these guys out. I'm assuming they're going to try to attack this settlement. That would be my guess. So I am actually even going to bring this army down here. Hang on, let me hold off for that. What I'm thinking of doing is bringing this army here, keeping them within vicinity of this city so that they can support the defeat of this army. And then what I'm also thinking, I'm just also looking at what buildings I want to try to put in place here. So that's also I really want to keep increasing the taxes here so I can keep getting more money, but that's okay. So let's see.
At your service.
One of the things I just realized in this province, while this is nice, +4 public order, +4 wealth. So this is really only helping me with the wealth and the public order per turn. It's actually not helping me with the tax harvesting edict because I have that issued over here. I don't have it issued down here. So we could technically convert this. Cultural influence, commerce. I would like something that's cultural conversion is what I'm looking for. That's based off an edict, so I want something that does the conversion each turn. Cultural influence, public order. Alright, it doesn't really seem like that, so we're gonna stick with what we have down there so far. And now we can focus on what's going on up here. So this is what we're really
How
looking
may I
for.
serve you?
Crap. That's not what I'm trying to
My
do.
skills are yours.
So I'm trying to get close
and
just so I can
silent.
really inspect
shadow
these
among
fleets and
shadows.
armies and see what they're made out of. So their fleet is actually pretty solid. These are no joke. Their general there is really nothing. However, they do have a settlement, so they will have some troops in there. It won't be just like a walkthrough, and I actually don't think I can attack this turn. So, let's see. I could try to attack their fleet in the water as it sits. I'm not sure how that will go. Or I could try to invade here. That'll tell me what I want to do with this army here and this army here. Because if I look here, I can get him in the water, but that doesn't really help that much. So we're going to go back to this. So what I'm thinking is, instead of trying to attack over here, just because I don't think... Actually, I think I'd be pretty successful. I have 15 units versus their 6. 5 of those are pretty experienced. However, I think I'd overwhelm them pretty quickly. And then still have enough to really attack this settlement. And they probably have about 4 units. I'll call that about 10 in total that they have to my 15. So I think there's actually a pretty good chance that I could take this area. They wouldn't be able, even in a force marched mode, to get back to the settlement within 1 turn. So that would allow me to hire some mercenaries and whatnot, so I could keep them out of the water. So I'm going to keep them off of the land, should I say. So I'm going to attack this city at the moment. Okay, this does give me a better idea of what... let's see. Their garrison army is actually huge. Their garrison... Oh, they have a garrison fleet, too. Okay. So, that's okay. That tells me I can hold off for now. However, their fleet, I don't think, can really attack us. So I'm going to maintain a blockade here. Just so I can think about what I'm going to do here. So I will lose some health. So, actually, I think it might be important to break that blockade, actually. And I'm going to bring this army down here to help. What I think I would like to do...
Ready for orders.
Ooh. Oh, man. So I think I'm going to have to break the blockade here. Because, actually, no, I'll stay with it. No. I'm going to break... I have to actually technically attack them again to break it.
None shall pass.
So I'm going to retreat. I think that's just going to be the best way to say that. So this allows me to not...
Ready for
So
orders.
now I won't be taking damage. And if this fleet comes back this way and tries to come back and then they try to pull both fleets in to attack me, I'll at least not have damaged units. And I think right now, maybe recruiting another unit or so would be helpful in that sense. So I'm actually going to get 2 more, or 3 more, so I have a very large fleet here. So that if the time comes next turn and I have to fight both this army and this fleet, I can take them on. I think that's what the plan is going to be. So now I do have a good pool of money built up. I'm not going to use that on upgrading any more troops at the moment. I'm going to try to use that to upgrade these areas. So, let's see, we have enough food. Syracuse and Little Bomb. I would like to... Oh, man. Yeah, these ships... Oh, wow, okay. I'm actually not using those ships. I could. Wouldn't be a bad idea. So I could technically get rid of this and turn it into something like a harbor for some more money. I think that might honestly be a better idea, just convert this to a harbor. I'm not using what this currently does, so I'm gonna do that. And then it still provides us a garrison unit or so. And then I'm also going to upgrade our docks here to, yeah, to get some better troops. So I'm going to do that again and see what happens there. Invest a little bit more in the military in that sense. And I can actually upgrade this guy. So this army is getting really kitted out, which is fantastic. Always going to upgrade this thing is what you need to do, because it'll really get your troops as fast as possible. More experience. So, let's see. Nothing else diplomacy wise. It's all the same. It always will be the same. Let me see if I can put a trade agreement back.
If I can give you a fair answer, you will have it.
Syracuse, what the hell?
I think trade a bad idea. We do not want simple folk to be scared of the marketplace.
300 bucks. Wow, they really don't want to trade.
I think
that's the thing with legendary difficulty, man. It's much more than really anything. Okay, I think I just get something for free there. That's sick. So we did get more people here. Our population is happy, which is great. These guys, not so much, but that's, you know, what can you do? One very important thing to note is they're kind of like running away with this fleet a little bit. So I'm going to parallel them with one of my armies down the coastline, just to make sure that they're actually getting out of there. However, one of the things I think I'm going to do here is use this army, get these guys in the water, and come over here and attack this settlement while their army is gone. If they do try to come back, you'll notice they stay just out of range of my fleet, because my fleet will quite literally destroy them very quickly. But I think I'm going to try to get this army in the water. I can easily put them back to where they were. However, putting them in the water allows me to get a little bit closer to this settlement. So we're eventually going to have to use an army to attack here. So I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to come back this way, which is fine.
Is there nothing else?
Get this guy in the water, and let's see, yeah, they can't get on land. However, they can get all the way up there, but they won't be able to attack up there. So I essentially just want... Oh wow, it says that's the quickest way to get there. It's very interesting. Okay. So yeah, let's do that then.
Commander,
And if they want a huge battle over the water, I will gladly take them on that.
stopping for now. Fleet reporting. Hard on the oars,
Yeah,
you
there we go.
men.
And the same thing here. They can bring their fleet over if they want and try to attack. My army itself would be able to take them out. But having my fleet in here to protect is always a good idea. So, this guy, I think I could even honestly take him out next turn, but we'll see. We'll see what goes on down here with their move. Up here, again, food isn't a major concern, so I'm not gonna keep going with upgrades there. I will keep this going so that I can get some more wealth going, some more taxes. It's always a good thing. So I can technically recruit some units to this. I am going to hold off on that just so I can keep my estimated my per turn wealth going. And yeah, I think that's really all we can do. Where's my spy though?
At your service.
It's always good to have this guy in the water, like right here, because he allows me to see everything very easily, which is great. Eventually I'm going to move him up here, but I'm just going to move him up this way ever so slightly, just so that the next time I want to get up there, he's a little bit closer. So we will see what happens in this next turn. I think we made good progress. Their armies are separated, so this will be an easy way to kind of take advantage of that. If this guy wants to go anywhere, he'll have to come down through here. He'll most likely try to dock up there while I'm up here. That's okay. We can always pivot and really force this guy down the coast, because he gets all the way up here. I might actually still be able to get there with my fleet. Go down a little bit.
Steady as we ready for orders. For honor
So that maybe next turn I can catch up to him. I'm not sure if that's really going to happen, but it's okay either way. And then that way I can protect this city. That's what I'm most likely thinking is going to happen. He's going to try to land here and go somewhere in here. We'll see what that actually entails. But I would like to take this, because that way they'd be on the outs. Alright. Who declared war? People I don't know. Oh, it's actually up here. Alright, I'll have to keep an eye on that. I'm assuming there's some action for me to take here. Characters. I don't know now. I'm kind of confused. This lady, sure. Okay. Yeah, I don't understand what this is. Okay, it's just for 4 turns. I'm getting more experience. One of the things that happened here was this fleet just left. They went down here to the south. So that's kind of a big deal. I'm not really sure exactly what they're trying to do here. Other than take something out, I think what I'm going to do is take advantage of that and get right here. Take this area. Cannot attack in your current stance. Yeah, I figured. So my fleet will be plenty to take this out. I think it'll be good to get my fleet some more experience points. And then I'm actually going to dock this guy back on the land so that I can move down here and protect this city if this guy decides to actually try to go somewhere. I'm not super concerned with that, but I think what I'm going to do first is attack this with my fleet and see how well I can do here. I'm hoping he doesn't take too many losses. Yeah, there we go, because there's no army here anymore. Paused. So we're just going to auto-resolve, and then gets me the most 81 short. Alright, so now I'm going to occupy this, which is going to be very, very helpful. Alright, that's more experience for those guys, and this is perfect actually, because they are the same culture as me. I don't have to spend money upgrading anything there, so that's fantastic. These guys, again, I'm going to get them right back into the city so that they don't have to worry about anything. Double time, get back on there. Excellent. Alright. And then these guys I can bring down to this city. I don't think it's really worth it at this point. Yeah, I don't really see a need for that. So I'm going to focus on maybe trying to institute some upgrades here. I'll go with the market settlement. The garrison doesn't really change. Yeah, the garrison doesn't change, but that's okay. That's important to build that up. And then again, a gym is huge. So we're going to keep doing that. And then we got some more food as well, which is fantastic. So this is going to be a really good area. And it allows us to stage some stuff on Carthage here, which is really good. Especially with all the problems that Syracuse is having. I'm hoping these two kind of exhaust themselves, so maybe I can sneak in there at some point here. We'll see about that. I'm not really sure, but we don't want to dilly-dally too much. We want to keep moving. So let's see. This is more of a point of where do we want to go next? Do we want to come down here into the desert? Do we want to expand up here? It's kind of a toss-up. It's not so easy. Rome definitely went this way, all the way up here, and expanded this way afterwards, I believe. Not so simple. Back then, for some reason, they were really, really, really good at it. But it's not the easiest thing to do. This is undefended, however, it is a big settlement, so there really need to be some big items there in order to take that. I think ideally I would want to... Carthage is big. However, this, like, geographically speaking, is much easier to take. So there's just 2 settlements, and then 2 settlements, and then, you know, 2 settlements down here. You could pretty much hold here and here, and you don't have to worry about anything to the south or east or anything like that. Especially once you have Sicily and these islands as well. So it's really a toss-up at the moment. I think I would like to expand down this way, take over, and then maybe try to move up through Spain and then into France. That might be difficult. I'm not really sure how easy that would be. But we are making some upgrades here. This is going to be good. And then we will be getting these guys out of here. And these guys will start depleting very slowly, which is going to be great. So now all that money they spent really was for nothing. So, yeah, and we'll keep an eye on down here while they're doing that. So this has been a very good turn. Very good for us to build up our stuff here. 4 shots per minute, yeah. Let's do that. Okay, so let's end this turn, and we'll see what's going on. Alright, now let's see what they got going over here. Yeah, I don't really care about the dignitary. Is this their fleet? No, that's their army, actually. So, what is this? This is their fleet.
Commander. Ready for
So,
orders.
I will bring this army down here just in case they do decide to attack. I can really beat up on them and not take any losses on my own. So I think that's going to be important there. These guys, I might want to just ambush in the water. They're in forced march, and they've already taken some losses. I'm not sure if they would be able to reach me next turn. I feel like they would. But it would still be a water landing, so I'm not too concerned about that. So I think I'm just going to leave it for now. We're going to keep going here, getting that tax rate up, getting the public order up, and lowering corruption. That's going to be really important for the rest of the game, really. So, we'll see here. These guys... Oh, this guy's still in force march. Oops. Yeah, he didn't move enough for it to really matter.
Ready
So,
for battle.
we'll sit here, take these guys out, and then here. I think we can
Yes.
sit as well. Let
At
me...
your service.
oh, he can't do anything to this person. Okay, not a big deal. I'm actually going to come down here and check out what's going on with Carthage. Let's see. See if I can see anything on this island. Yep, there's the cross. No, I don't think I'm going to have enough sight.
I shall rest a while.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's much going on here, so I might actually want to bring one of these armies over through and then take this city. That would be pretty big. I'd get a whole nother province, and I would actually weaken Carthage a bunch. So I am going to do that actually.
At your command.
I don't want to arbitrarily throw these guys in the ocean though, just because they do still have this fleet here, which would definitely do some damage to mine. So we're not going to do that just yet. Let me see. Let me try to attack these guys. I'll see what the odds are. I can always go back into my city. Let's see. Let's take these guys out. Let's get them out of here. 45, 35. We're gonna do it. I just want them out of the water. And yes. That's
Is
a
there
lot of
nothing
money.
else?
Okay. While it is a loss, just because of how much damage these guys took, it is huge, because now this army is nothing. They have nothing.
It is an honor
I could honestly just attack them again and fully take them out. I might do that just to get rid of them, but they're so small it doesn't matter. Even one of my garrisons could take them out, so it's really okay. They did now get more experience, which is great. So we're gonna do that and get the admiral. So there we go. And now these guys they've got nothing, so they kind of have to attack here. They don't have much of a choice. These guys will honestly probably die in the water within 2 turns. And then I'll be able to move down here and take this settlement, which will be big. So let's start doing that. Arminium. Again, we can upgrade this. We'll get some more food. A little more money. Nothing crazy, but that'll be important. And then Brundisium. I'll do the same here. Get us a better garrison force, as well as bringing in some more money down there. So we'll make those upgrades, and I think that's about all we can do for this turn. Let me see if there's anybody likes us more now. Syracuse, you guys want to trade?
I am
now?
here to
No.
listen, if you speak honestly.
They really aren't that big of fans. Okay, so we'll move on to this next turn. Let's hire this person. Why not? Alright, so Civil War will be possible in 3 turns. This guy, again, is just kind of being annoying.
We hunger for battle.
However, Carthage did kind of see what I was doing and has brought over some more troops. Nothing crazy. We can definitely take that out, though. And get a little bit more of a dominion over the water here, which I think would be a good idea. Let's see. I can get this guy in the water. However, I don't think I'll be able to protect him. What is this? Yeah, those guys are dead. You can honestly try to, how is my garrison? What do I get? Principes, Rorii, 2 levies, and those guys. Okay. So,
It is an honor to serve Rome.
what I was thinking of doing is bringing this fleet over here so that I can protect these guys once they're in the water. I think that's going to be kind of more important than trying to protect against these 2 extremely small armies. There's 12 out of 80, 25 out of 160, 29. Yeah, they got no shot against the garrison force that I have. So I will. I'm gonna come over. You know what? Screw it. Let's get these guys out of the water.
Steady as we go.
Alright, yeah, let's get them out of the water. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Alright. Get them done, so I don't have to worry about anything. The only thing I was thinking there is my garrison forces are definitely fully depleted. So that's the only problem with me trying to take on the frontal assault from them. However, that was such an easy attack. I can now just move my fleet over, which is what I'm going to do so that I can get this army in the water right next to my fleet, and I don't have to worry about this here. Yeah, there we go.
We cannot pass. Your orders. Police reporting.
Yeah, there we go. So now these guys, when they attack, they will attack. Ooh, I'm just outside of that, actually. That's fantastic. They will actually attack my fleet. They won't attack my army. So this army I'll bring up here and move down this way. Alright, that's perfect. So,
How may I serve?
we will try to get rid of these guys next turn, and then prepare for the war with Carthage, I think, is what's going to happen. Any diplomacy things? No, we're good for now. And the reason why I'm shifting more of a southern focus is just because this I can easily defend with just like 3 armies if needed, really just a fleet and 2 armies up here. Whereas if I try to push here, I'll need 3 armies to defend these settlements and then have to worry still about this sea, that sea. So I'm not bothering to push up into northern Italy there. Alright, so that should be good. And end our turn here. Alright, excellent. So some final developments here. This guy just went right around me, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. I'll just take him out with my fleet here. I did notice, however, this guy's again on my border with a very large army, actually.
Commander.
So we're going to have to get this guy all the way up here as quickly as possible. And we also have things that we need to build. What is that? Villa Tahari. Yeah, we'll see if we can build, yeah. I am going to build something like this just so that we can get a garrison force up there. That's what's going to be important. Just so when we are defending against northern troops, we do have something to do that with. I'm going to see if we can
Ready for orders.
take this guy out.
Moving out.
I'm going to use my fleet to do the main assault.
Moving out.
Let's see here.
The wave.
And now I can... Yep, and he's gonna run. That's fine, he's slowly depleting as it is, so I'm not too worried there. Yeah, that's all I really care about.
Easy into port.
So he'll get there next turn. This fleet has protected him just fine. And let's see, just in case this guy does decide to attack, what do I have
Ready for
here?
orders.
Got some solid guys. This provides a pretty decent garrison, so I'm pretty confident in my ability to defend that. That's a 20 versus
Commander.
what would be, that's 10, and then 1 Principes, 1 Rorari, 2 levies.
Ready for
I could
battle.
use some more regular infantry, so I will get some Italian spearmen. They're cheap. That's an easy purchase right there, just to beef up my army a little bit. Nothing crazy, no real troops there. And that's, yeah, again, that's just a just in case sort of thing. So here, we're going to upgrade this gymnasium, and we'll get some more food going as well, just to really outfit this area. But I think that's going to be it for this turn. We're going to keep going for part 3 next time. We're going to try to take over this from Carthage. It seems like they know exactly what's going on down there. So we'll see what plays out down there to the south, while also making sure this north goes swimmingly. So we'll see what happens next time. But yeah, stick around for the next part. It will be coming soon.